So some of my SaaS clients are coming to me and they're asking about content. And I keep simplifying it. And I really wanted to post a video on social talking about some simple stuff where content is concerned for early SaaS companies. So thank you for joining in. My name is Rome, and let's dive in. So the goal is to create content that informs, educate, and add value to your customers. And for you to add value to your customers and aid your customers, you got to understand the customer journey. And for you to do that, you got to understand that their ICP. So let me ask you a question: do you have an ICP chart in the back end of your business? And for some of you who don't know what this is, it is your ideal customer persona, what is known as avatar. So really, content works when you understand who you're engaging. Whether it comes to product development, creating a minimum viable product, or it's really about creating ads or anything you're doing in the back end or on the front end where your customers are concerned, you got to understand your customers. And for me, what I'm doing when I'm educating my clients for them to really create proper content is really about understanding who they're communicating with, because essentially when you go to market and you bring your product to market, in the prospect's mind, those who don't know you, those who haven't bought your product as yet, those who is the first time they're coming across your software, you got to understand how they're thinking. And in their minds, the first thought they're having, or the first two thoughts, is who are you and why should I care? Because it's all about them. And this is why you have persons like Alex Armosi, he created a video really solidifying the threat of SaaS, why SaaS is dying, because a lot of SaaS founders, they're not solving problems. There's a lot of tech companies out there, they're not doing anything worthwhile because they don't understand their user base. They don't understand why people should buy from them. So if you are starting a SaaS company and you're watching this, you got to understand your customer's ICP, your ideal customer persona. You got to understand your avatar, what makes them tick, what is driving them, because these are strangers. And for you to get a stranger to like you, to see your content, see your marketing, and to opt in for a trial, then you got to understand that the information, the content, the value you give on the front end when you are communicating to the prospect is everything. So for me, I lead clients to understand that you gotta give value on things that they care about. So I meet clients and they're like, okay, when you say give value, do I offer a free trial? I'm like, no, 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 no. You see, customers, they don't care about your free trial. That's not what gets them to care. It's like, if they have a problem, what is their problem? If your product or your software is solving a problem, what is it? You got to understand your ICP. And for you to understand that, you got to be able to give value on the front end. You got to educate prospect about what they're doing. For a stranger to become a potential customer, you got to solve problems. You got to understand them. You got to understand the customer journey from top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. And you got to also understand the level of communication and engagement that is required for content. So it's not just about posting content on social. It's not just about acquiring 100 users or next 1,000 users. You got to understand that you have to nurture your prospect and communicate to your prospect and build relationship for your customers if you truly want your customers to become loyal buyers. So essentially, that's really just a very generalized approach, but it is essential for you to understand that your ICP, your customer journey, matters. And I'm seeing a lot of SaaS companies where they're so focused on the tech side, they're so focused on the coding side, and they're so focused on the acquisition side. And I'm like, guys, retention is king. And if you want to increase your retention, if you want to boost, the amount of users you're using, decrease your churn, and decrease your CAC, then you got to understand engagement. You got to understand that engagement is everything. How you're engaging users, the messaging you're communicating with, the type of content you are creating is heavily dependent on how much you understand the persons you're communicating with and why they should buy your product.